Buckle up, ladies and gentlemen. It's your host, Mary Kate back here, and we are back with episode 26, and I am so excited about it. Just a quick MKB update. I will be performing at Zany's Rosemont this Tuesday, December 3rd at 8 p.m. I will also be in South Bend on Saturday, December 7th at the Drop Comedy Club. You can find all this information on my beautiful website, mkbcomedy.com, under the upcoming shows tab. Hey, while you have your phone out, make sure to follow us on social media. It's such a fun way to see pictures from my trips, our guest trips, and learn about upcoming shows. If you have a travel disaster of your own, send it to me. I want to know about the ups, the downs, the highs, the lows, the laughter, the tears of your best, worst vacation. So send them to traveldisasterspodcast@gmail.com. I can't wait to read them. If you like what you hear and you love this podcast, hit that subscribe button, throw me 5 ninja stars, and leave a written review because I love reading them and I want to read more of them on the air. Are you ready for this? I don't think you're ready for this. Today's guest is one of my favorite humans on this planet, the hilarious comedian, world traveler, and mediocre volleyball player at best. Ian Molnar is in the house. Ian takes us on a 5-week trip to Europe before he makes the move to Chicago to pursue his stand-up comedy dreams. You know how they tell you to be careful of pickpocketers in Europe? Well, they weren't fucking kidding. See if Ian will make it back with all of his belongings in this week's episode. So, leg out. Baby, we're going on the trip from hell, where every flight is missed, they lose your luggage, and you're in the middle seat between a sumo wrestler and a screaming baby. Don't worry, I'm coming along for the ride. I'm Mary Kate Beck, and this is Travel Disasters. What'd you think?
What song was that?
It's from the Craig Brown Band. I don't know the real name of it.
Okay, that doesn't really help me.
They're like an indie band. He opened up for Jack White. They're very cool. Yeah. We love you, Craig. Thank you so much for letting us use your music for free.
Nice. Okay, yeah, that's it. It's like, I love that song, but I also love that they don't care about royalties.
Yeah,
all right.
They're really chill.
Yeah.
We have all the rights.
The Craig Brown Band sounds like the name of a band that is only helmed by dads.
Yeah.
Just dads.
And in garages, drinking in lawn chairs.
Yeah, and a lawnmower is an instrument of theirs.
Yes. And it's, they like love it more than their car.
They're like, yo, pull that chain. Yeah. Let's go.
I love it so much. Oh my God. Well, how are you, buddy?
I'm good.
I know.
Yeah. How are you? It's been a while.
I'm so good. I know. I haven't seen you since volleyball season.
I know. Yeah. We, our volleyball team, what do we end up? I think we were like, 2 and 4.
The Chucklesters?
We were pretty good.
We were.
All right. First off, I want everyone to know.
Oh my God.
Going into this, Mary Kate nor I had any executive decision over the naming of our volleyball team.
And I made fun of the team captain relentlessly every week over our name.
Yeah, because I still think he was making up an excuse.
Oh, yeah.
Because he was like, I
thought we could change it.
I thought we could change it later. Chucklesters was a placeholder. And
I was like, no, it wasn't. I think you were like, you really thought that it was funny, and now we all are ashamed to say it out loud because the refs would come over every week.
The worst part was whenever we'd have to like tell the other team that we were a team of comedians, and I was like, yeah, and the best we came up with was Chucklesters. So, yeah,
we're genius.
Laugh Factory tonight, like come on out.
Follow me on Instagram. They were like, no, you guys are not funny at all.
I'd be like, that's fair. We're also not that good at volleyball.
Oh, we were horrible at volleyball. But what do you expect? I mean, I wasn't like an athlete. I was in drama and student council.
Growing up? That makes okay.
Well, not a lot of drama, but I was student council, and then I did soccer for 2 years. But I have no hand-eye coordination. You don't really need hand-eye coordination for soccer.
You need like eye-foot coordination.
Well, I can run. I have long legs, so like I was just midfield and like prayed to God every game that no one would pass the ball to me.
Fair enough. Yeah. Yeah, I didn't. I played sports like in high school, but I didn't play volleyball. The only volleyball I ever played was just in the summer, and it was more of an excuse just to pound bush lights than anything. That was really it.
Yeah,
so.
It was like a social sport.
Yeah.
I played volleyball.
Fun. I wish we had like 10 more weeks.
I know.
I feel like we were like getting better.
We were. We were like communicating.
Yeah.
I would like start yelling at people. I'd be like, you have to call it. Like I would get pissed. But like I'm a little bit decent at volleyball because I played like all through grammar school. I never played in high school. What do you call
grammar
it?
school? I mean, I guess grammar school, elementary.
Yeah, I call it grammar school.
Grammar school makes me think you went to school in like 1873.
Oh,
you know
no.
What I mean?
I always call it grammar school.
And then I went to secondary school.
Yes, and everybody corrects me. But no, it was just grammar school till 8th grade, then high school.
Then I went to etiquette school.
Yeah,
it was
finishing school.
Yeah.
And no, but I mean, so I know like the basics of it, but I never played like competitively.
Yeah.
But it's fun. Like it's a good time.
It was fun. It's weird that we like.
And you're on the beach, like Lake Michigan's in the background. Like it's just fun.
It was beautiful.
Yeah.
Skyline in the back. It was great.
Yeah.
I mean, it's weird because we could ostensibly play whenever. Those nets are always there. And I'm never going to do it.
No.
Ever. Yeah.
I don't want to set that shit up. Like, no.
I'm not going to send a group message to 5 other people.
Oh,
like,
my
come
God.
on.
And then get it rejected by 3 of them? No.
No, I don't need that.
No.
I don't need that in my life.
I need my friends to pay to be there. Hold them accountable.
Exactly.
We should do it again next year. I'm so down.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It'll be great.
And the same name.
Yeah, we have to keep Chucklesters forever. Like,
if only to make the captain really ashamed.
Oh my God, I know. And we'll just like make fun of him relentlessly. Like, it's a placeholder. Relax.
Yeah.
We're just holding it till next year.
Let's just name our team the placeholders.
Yeah. Placeholders. That's genius.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Well, thank you so much for being on the show.
Thanks for having me. I really appreciate it.
This is so much fun.
It's cool.
So I always like to ask people kind of on the scale of, being a fetus in the womb, never having left.
Is this like a weird pro-choice question already?
No.
Okay.
No, whatever your views are, but never having left, the comfort of the womb, never seeing the world.
Yeah.
To, being a Harry Potter who is at boarding school. He doesn't even hang out with his family. He is a wizard and travels the world, different universes, rather, different realms.
Yeah.
Where do you fall on that travel scale? Where's Ian Molnar?
Okay, so from on the scale of never having gone anywhere outside of your mother's
of the placenta,
uterus, to interdimensional explorer.
Yeah.
I would say I am I don't know, like maybe like a Harry Potter, like near the end of book 1.
Okay.
Where he's like taking his first steps out into the universe and started to learn some shit, but still has a lot to go.
Yes. He's like left the nest.
Yeah.
He's found the Sorcerer's Stone.
Yeah. He still looks like a fucking little nerd.
Yeah.
That Harry, that like 11-year-old Harry Potter.
With like the high voice and like
the
round little face. Oh, what a sweet boy.
He's like, I'm never going to be naked in a theater in 15 years. Like that Harry Potter.
He lost his sense of self after Harry Potter and like
I feel like
went off the rails.
Yeah, well, I feel like you never gain your sense of self being Harry Potter.
Yeah,
like
dude,
it's almost like he was forced to just be
when he was
that
like
person.
8 and until he was like 22 and it's like, who are you?
And then everyone was like, oh, he's getting fucked up. This is weird. And
we're like, how? Not our Harry. And it's like, no, he's like a real person and like
his name is Daniel.
Yeah. It's Daniel. And like he has issues now. Like his school was a movie trailer. Like he didn't he didn't grow up like us.
He's got issues and money. So
right.
He'll be all right.
For sure.
Maybe.
So you're Sorcerer's Stone Harry. Love it. Gryffindor. So what does that mean for you? Like how often are you traveling?
For me, it means I don't. I didn't travel a lot. I've always had like a zest for travel, I suppose.
Zest. Oh, Ian.
It feels like a Travel Channel word. Yeah, I mean, I grew up in like a farm town, essentially, like small town Ohio.
That's right. You grew up where I went to college.
So yeah.
Dayton, Ohio.
Hey, 937.
Hell yeah.
So yeah, I mean, I grew up pretty like kind of sequestered away in a sense, and then was always like into the idea of travel, but never did that much. And then
sorry,
no, it's okay. And then as I got older, I did some traveling in the States a little bit, but just like road trips to like whatever touristy towns you can think of.
What are those?
Like Niagara Falls. I did that. I mean, I moved around a little bit too. I lived in Arkansas for a year.
Nice.
I went to like Florida a shit ton growing up because that was just like a classic Midwestern thing
Your
to
parents
do.
are like, all right, pack your bags, we're going to the beach.
They're like, have you seen the TGI Fridays elsewhere? You know? Yeah.
We got to go.
Yeah, we're going to go experience culture that's slightly different, but mostly the same.
It's just warmer.
Yeah. But I still love the beach. I love the beach. That was great. And then as I got older, I just kind of got more and more into travel, like just in the idea of travel. Never really got like a chance to until like 2 years ago was probably when I really started.
Nice.
I ended up going to Europe for like 5 weeks.
Wow.
And just kind of like solo tripping around for a bit.
That's awesome. Backpacking or?
Not entirely backpacking. Some hostels, carry on, like that kind of a thing.
Yeah. Good. I couldn't do like the legit backpacking where it's like you just have 3 pairs of underwear and like I've done
some legit backpacking in the States, which is fun. Like I did like a week in the Smoky Mountains and stuff.
Oh my God,
which
that's
was like part of
awesome.
the traveling stuff.
Yeah.
But that was like my first big trip.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, that was like, I think like, starting to take those steps. And it was definitely like a trip where at the end I was like, I need to do this more.
Good. Yeah, my gosh, that's awesome. So you kind of got like the thirst for travel now.
Totally.
Yeah, that's amazing. Where did you go in Europe?
So I went to Budapest initially.
Hell yeah. I've heard really good things. I haven't been.
It's sick. Yeah. I actually have a little bit of family there. Like my dad's side is Hungarian.
Very cool. Hell yeah.
So yeah, I went to Budapest, Prague, Amsterdam, and Barcelona.
Oh my gosh, I've been to 3 of those 4 places.
Nice.
Yeah.
Which one haven't you been to?
I have not been to Budapest, but I've been to Prague, Amsterdam, and Barcelona.
Nice.
Yeah.
What was your favorite of the 3?
Prague. Oh.
Really?
Yeah. I mean, Amsterdam's amazing. It's a little too small for me.
Yeah.
I got like stir crazy and I was like, I'm not going to the red light district, so there's like 3 other places I can go to.
Cool kid on the other side of this table.
Sorry.
Not gonna do that red light district.
Yeah, I was like,
I didn't either.
Not gonna get my dick sucked, so I guess I'm bored.
I guess there aren't really like, that's true. There aren't windows in the red light district with like just naked dudes.
Yeah,
like that would be, it would be funny if there was like an equality like element to the red light district.
Like a pink light district for the ladies.
Yeah, it was just like go across the street. You can see all the dicks and all the balls.
I would love
all
it.
in the
Just
windows.
banana hammocks and but no, that wasn't my taste.
I feel that. I didn't really go to the red light district when I was in Amsterdam. I went there for like, just walked around for a minute.
Yeah.
And then you're like, this is insane.
Yeah, you're like high and you're like, I hate this.
Did you like, when I was in Amsterdam, like smoking weed is awesome, right? Like that part's great. But like they don't tell you is like how treacherous it gets when you get really high and then you walk into a city with roads with like 1,000 bikers at all times.
Oh my God. I literally talked about this. I went there because
I was like immediately like a panic attack.
Yeah, I was
like Jesus Christ.
They're like cars. Zip it. You feel like you're walking on a freeway.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's terrifying. And everybody that I like told that I was going to Amsterdam, I'm like, rent a bike for the day.
Yeah.
I'm like, are you fucking crazy? Like they drive them like they're automobiles. I will die.
Oh, you should go back and rent a bike.
Absolutely not.
Well, the thing is, like, their bike lanes are like literal roads.
Yeah,
like,
that's true. But like, people are like, "Excuse me," and like, you're just in the way.
No one in Amsterdam is that mean about anything.
True,
They're just like, "Excuse me, please."
But you're just like,
I want to go buy a toasty. Can you please get out of my way?
I know. I would just be like frantic the whole time. Oh my God. So you've done a lot of traveling. I'm proud of you. Yeah. So does your travel disaster take place in Europe?
It
like
does.
where? Oh, okay. We're
does.
just segueing right. Look at these transitions.
This, man. This is perfect. Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah, I've been to like 1,000 other places. I'm just going straight into
Wow.
No, I'm kidding.
I'm into it. So it was 2 years ago. So how old were you then? 25?
I was 17.
I'm like, fuck, are you really 19? I need to stop flirting with you.
Yeah. No, I was 24 at the time. Okay. Yeah, 24.
So 24, it's your first time traveling alone?
First time, kind of. So I went to Budapest initially because my aunt and uncle lived there. I went with my dad there. So we did like a family week.
That's cool.
And then I went off on my own for the rest of it.
That's awesome.
So,
yeah. So those 3 other cities you were on your own.
Just doing it. Yeah.
Awesome. So walk me through it. Like, where did you start? How does it go awry?
Okay.
I'm so worried for you already.
Setting. Sure.
So you're like, bye, mom and dad. I'm going to blank.
But exactly. It was, because for me it was I was in grad school for a while, and then because we're gonna do a 1 week, just like a little background. We're gonna do like 1 week in Budapest over my spring break, and then I decided to drop out and do comedy.
That's every parent's dream. They just love hearing that.
It went super well for one of them. And then I dropped out and decided, I was like, oh, well, why the fuck wouldn't I just extend this trip now? I have nothing.
Yeah.
I was like, in my head, I was like, I'm moving to Chicago when I get back. So
let's
just
I might as well make the most of it. Yeah.
So I was like, all right, cool. We'll do this whole like completely rediscovering myself kind of a trip. You know what I mean?
So
it was cool. It was fun. This story takes place in Barcelona. You have to say that if you're an asshole.
Yes. The way the natives say it.
Yeah.
Spanish lisp.
Yes. Little lisp. I was in Barcelona. Initially, like I didn't have plans really, like in the traditional sense of like planning a trip, because I was just like, I'm doing this myself. I don't really want to structure anything.
I'm that way too. I'm like, I'll get there and figure it out.
Exactly. Yeah. Like I'll have like 3 big things that I'm like, I need to do this shit.
What were those big 3?
There it was like mostly museums were a big one. 'Cause Barcelona's got like the Picasso Museum and some other great art museums.
Yeah.
Food was a big one. Like I'm a pretty big foodie.
Oh, their tapas is
Barcelona,
crazy.
Yeah, tapas, paella. I mean, everything there is amazing.
So good, yeah.
And I love Barcelona because you can just like walk along any street and there'll just be like an outdoor seating area, and they're just like, just sit down, keep smoking cigarettes. We'll just bring you a menu, and like you didn't have to like go do anything.
I know,
like,
it's
you're just
the
like,
best.
oh, cool, I'm just here now.
Yeah,
awesome.
they'll just keep dropping food.
Yeah, and then you're just like, now I'm broke.
Yeah,
perfect. So I didn't really go there with any plans.
Yeah. Did you go to Park Gel?
I couldn't. It was under fucking construction, like renovation.
No. Oh my gosh. I went there every single day when I was there. Like inside. Oh my God. I'm so sorry. I don't want to rub it in, but it's incredible.
Well, you are.
I'm sorry. I'm like, I don't want to rub it in, but it's absolutely amazing.
Like, I don't want to rub it in, but you fucked up.
I know. But you can't control that. So
no.
If you're like, no, I didn't go to Park Gel, I would have really judged you.
Yeah,
but you tried.
I tried, and then like it was closed, so I still like ended up just literally. You can just hike up the mountain next to it.
Yeah, we did that too, unknowingly. We thought we were going to. We were like accidentally we're on the top of a mountain. We're like, where are the mosaics?
Exactly, and that mountain's funny because when you're going up, there's like trails, but eventually they stop, and there's like a bunch of people. There's like a big crowd that gets halfway up the mountain.
Yeah,
and then like some drop off by like 3/4.
Because they're like, this isn't mosaic.
And then by the top, no one's there. Yeah, and it's amazing because you're just like, this is like the best view of Barcelona.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Yeah, it's incredible. So it was my second night in Barcelona. It was my last night in Barcelona. It was my third night. And like in my head, when you like build up the last night, like this is gonna be fun. And it was like in my head, I was like, all right, I'm just gonna like
party
do
city.
the blowout. Yeah, like party city, whatever. So I was doing the whole club thing. You get there, well, kind of doing it because in Barcelona, you get to a place at 1 and they're like, oh, we open in 15 minutes, and you're like.
God.
All right.
Like, I'm ready to go now, or else I'm going to fall asleep in an hour.
Yeah. Like, I've been traveling for 3 weeks.
Yeah.
I have not been sober in some time. Like, I am very tired.
Like, can you make an exception?
Yeah. Like, do you guys have shots of Pedialyte? Like, is that a thing? So I was like just at some bar, club, whatever. It's probably like 2:30 in the morning. I'm coming out, like, a little tipsy, just kind of like walking around the square. This guy starts to, I run across this one guy in the square who's like selling weed. But the police are over here, and I was like drunk enough to be like, I really want to buy some weed.
Oh my God, Ian.
So don't worry, I don't get arrested for selling. I led into something that didn't happen. But,
oh God.
So I end up getting some weed from this guy, like in this square in Barcelona, which, by the way, don't buy weed off the street in Barcelona. It was the weirdest transaction I've ever had. Like,
it's probably like catnip.
It was like 10 euros. It was like 10 euros for like a half a dime bag. It was shitty as fuck.
Oh no.
And I remember he gave it to me and like this, like, the classic handoff or whatever.
Oh yeah.
But he knew that I was a tourist that like didn't have, because I told him like I didn't have anything really with me beyond like some cash. So he just like handed this to me, and I was like, how am I supposed to smoke this? Like, I don't have papers, I was like, do you have any papers? And he's like, no, I don't have papers.
Yeah, it's like, figure it out.
And I was like, so drunk me is just like trying to like
roll up a dollar bill.
No, like I emptied out a cigarette, and I'm just like trying to like refill the cigarette with like this weed, and like falling on the street, whatever. This is all to just show my mental state at the time.
Perfect.
So yeah, I ended up smoking it. I'm pretty fucked up. I'm walking like in like just through downtown Barcelona, like middle center city. It's probably like 3 a.m. this part. I walk to a corner, and there are like 5 women on the corner. And I think there should be some background to Barcelona here real quick. It is a city notorious for pickpocketing. Right.
Oh, yeah. I mean, most of Europe is, but yes.
But Barcelona's the only place where, like,
people
it's still the only place I've been to where when you're on the train, every 5 seconds, like the auto voice that comes on that's like, make sure to bring your belongings with you. It's just like,
oh my God.
Make sure people don't steal your shit. Like,
oh my
that's
God.
their warning
all the time. I know. And like, you have to like literally keep your wallet like in your hand because they will
and
find
I was
it.
like, and I'd been there for like 3 days at that point, and I was like, I'm good. I've got this.
You're ballsy. Fine. You're like, I'm one of them now. I'm like,
yeah, I'm a local. Like, what's up? Yeah. I have 12 credits of college Spanish, and I've had paella. Like, I fucking get it, I'm
a member of society.
I'm totally down for this.
Oh, God.
All right. I'm going to start eating breakfast at 11:30. I'm going to start taking siestas, the whole thing.
Perfect.
And so I'm walking onto this corner, and like 3 of these girls come by, and like one of them grabs my dick.
Oh my
right?
Goodness.
And like the other 2 are like,
buy me dinner first.
Yeah, yeah. And the other 2 are like all on me, and they essentially like, oh, do you want to fuck? Like, one of those kind of like.
Jesus.
And I was like, no, because it was like a pay, like a pay to play scenario.
Right,
essentially.
Right.
So I'm like, no, I'm good. And then I keep walking, and luckily, like, I'm like naturally pretty anxious and like have tendencies. When one of those tendencies is like checking my pockets constantly, like just always doing that. You've done
it like 45 times since we started.
Yeah, I'm really on it.
I haven't taken your wallet, I promise.
It's okay. It's the thing is, like, I was doing stuff on the table with my hands that I wasn't supposed to, and my hands are just like naturally jittery. So now they're going elsewhere.
Yeah.
So I do one of those. I check my pocket. My phone is gone.
Oh no!
So I'm like, fuck. Like,
iPhone?
This is, it was an iPhone, and it was in my front pocket, which was like, I was like, impressive. That was pretty good.
Yeah,
that was
good
pretty
for you guys.
You guys did it. But so I was also like drunk and high, so I had confidence, and that confidence that's like, I can get it back.
I'm going to confront them. What could go wrong?
What could go wrong, right?
Oh, God.
What could go wrong? So I turn back around and I start walking back to them.
No.
And I see, like, they see me, I see them. The one girl starts walking away from the group quicker than the others. So I'm like,
oh my God.
You're
like,
that's the bitch. That's who has it.
That's
like, that's
girl.
who has it.
You're like,
remember
hey.
This day she was wearing like a black and white polka dotted like bomber. Like, I remember that.
Oh yeah. Okay. Like a jacket.
Yeah. So I start following her for probably the next 5 to 10 minutes. Screaming, like, pretty much I wasn't screaming yet. Like, I was just like, you took it. Like, you took my, and she just keeps walking, and she's like, I don't speak English. And I'm just like, yes, you do. Yes, you fucking do.
English right now.
And you have my phone. Like, you have my fucking phone. And I mean, I follow her for like probably 5-10 minutes, and then she eventually trails off into like these 2 older people who she tries to pretend are like her parents or something. But in my head, I'm like, all right, this is the game. Like, if you get caught, this is what you do. Like, you have like an escape plan kind of a thing, right?
Yeah.
So I lose her. I go back. So I'm like, fuck, right? And at this point, it's like 4 a.m. I'm just like, I gotta like cut my losses, right?
Yeah.
So I go back. I go to the subway. I'm waiting on my train.
Oh God.
And, in my head, I'm just like, shit, this is terrible, especially because like the next morning I fly out at like 10, my ticket's on the phone, all this shit, right?
Oh no.
And then I remember like the biggest part was I had photos from the trip. And this was like a trip where I was like kind of like doing my own thing, like kind of retired.
Yeah, it's exciting.
And I was like moving to Chicago when I got back from this trip to start doing comedy.
Right.
And I had like all of my joke ideas like in a note that wasn't backed up on that phone.
Yeah.
So like
That's
in
a
my
big
head,
deal.
so in my head, like it was like this like drunk Batman moment of like, I'm gonna get my fucking vengeance.
You're like
I'm
fucking need this.
So like I leave the subway station again because I'm like, all right.
Oh my God, to
like,
go find your phone
again?
again?
Yeah, because I was just like, if they're working, because I was just like, they probably work the same corner.
They're working all fucking night, baby.
Yeah. So I just circled back to that same corner again.
I'm excited right now.
Yeah.
I'm like fired up.
Circle back to that same corner.
I'm like, we're going to get these hoes.
Yeah. I walk up and they start trailing again. And in my head, I'm just like, I'm not going to lose them.
No.
Like, there's just no chance I'm going to lose them. So and this is the point where like, like when you that flip in your brain switches where you're just like, I don't care, I just don't give a shit. I remember at one point I thought to myself like, oh, what if you get shot? Like you get like that natural reaction of like, what if I could get killed? But then I was like, oh, I'm not in the U.S. There's no guns. Like I'll be fine.
Yeah.
That's like it'll be all right.
They could stab you or torture you.
I follow them for like 20 minutes, and at this point, and I am screaming. Like looking back to an outsider's perspective, like I am just the most like stereotypical loud drunk American at this point.
You're a lunatic. They probably think you're mentally ill.
Totally a lunatic.
Oh my God.
Totally. Yelling, and I eventually I kind of lose them again, but not totally.
Fuck.
And I'm like still there, and I'm starting to yell. Like at this point, I'm like yelling "La Policia" sometimes.
Yeah.
Because I'm just like fuck it.
Yeah.
And then like a couple minutes later, one of them comes back with my phone in her hand.
Shut the fuck up.
And she goes, "Oh, did you lose your phone? We found it."
Oh, you found it?
Yeah. And I was like, you didn't fucking find it. Like,
but like
you
fucking
had it.
gracias.
Yeah. I was like, first off, I really want to be like, how dumb do you think a person can be?
Oh
like,
my God.
Yeah.
But you're probably the first person in the history of pickpocketing
to really keep going.
To be that persistent that they were like, here's your fucking phone back. You're killing our prostitute.
And I tried to like take it from them, and then they're like, oh, can we get like a finder's fee?
Get the fuck out of here.
I had like 30 euros in my pocket.
No, Ian.
I know it's not the best. I got my phone back.
I'm not mad.
Though,
I'm disappointed.
But I got the phone back.
I mean, that is impressive. I've never heard that before, so this is a first.
Like I got a phone.
But
I got a phone pickpocketed in Barcelona,
which is shitty.
I stooped to their level, but I kind of beat them at their own game.
I know. Yeah, that's true. Wow.
You know? Like they could have sold that phone for way more money than that. And I was like, fine. It's you reach a point where you're like, oh, I've done a lot tonight. I have a flight that leaves in 5 hours.
Yeah, you're like what's another 30 fucking euros?
Phone.
Yeah, like just fucking here. Oh my God.
So yeah, and then I ended up getting the phone back, and that's the phone I have in my pocket.
Shut the fuck up! Oh my God, I'm so proud of you. All your jokes, all your photos.
Yeah, everything is there. I kept it all.
Wow.
Yeah.
You're gonna take this phone to your grave.
Probably.
You should
I'm gonna
keep it
have
forever.
to.
Yeah.
It's a
You're
great.
Like, bury me with this phone. I love it so much.
They're like, he was really loyal to Apple. Like he was really.
He loved that phone. You're like, I almost lost my life for this phone. So, oh my God, that's such a great fucking story, dude.
Yeah. It was wild. Yeah.
Wow, you really put those hookers in their place.
I just wish, I still wish I had like just the like a 1 minute clip of me on the street that night.
Oh my God. Our previous guest said the same thing. She's like, I wish I had someone who recorded me like freaking the fuck out because it was like such a scene.
Because like I've never yelled that many like just obscenity as a human being in my life.
And you're like a pretty easygoing guy.
I'm a pretty chill dude. Like I try to be pretty, but like when I like have that the flip switches in my head and I just like 100 the other way.
Yeah.
And it happens like once a decade. But
oh my God. When it does, I hope I'm there the next time it goes off.
Yeah.
That's so awesome. Well, thank you so much. That's a fucking badass story. You showed them, for God's sakes.
Yeah.
So
thank
proud
you.
of you.
Appreciate it.
So what's next for Ian? What's your next trip? What do you have coming up?
My next trip, I'm actually going back to Budapest next month.
Oh, wow. That's awesome. That's so soon.
Yeah, in a couple of, like 4 weeks now.
That's great.
So
With
yeah,
family, or?
Yeah, it's just going to be like a more low key trip this time. I'm gonna do I'm gonna be family in Budapest, and then we're doing like a road trip through Slovenia. So
perfect.
That'll be fun. And then outside of that, coming up for me, just comedy stuff.
Nice.
Got some shows coming up.
Social media, where can people find you?
So social media wise, you can find me on Instagram at @I_Molnar, on Twitter at Ian Molnar, and Ian Molnar on Facebook.
How do you spell your last name in case people don't?
Molnar.
That's right.
So M as in Mary, OL, N as in Nancy, AR.
Go find him. Go find him, everybody.
Me.
Stop what you're doing. Find Ian Molnar.
For sure. Outside of that, I got a couple shows coming up. But this is probably going to post. I don't know what's going to post
in like 2 months.
Yeah, so
this won't matter.
I have a couple shows probably coming up then too, but I don't know what they're going to be. So here we go.
Just follow him. You'll figure it out.
Follow me on all the shit. I'm trying to post a little more regularly these days.
I know you're like once every 3 weeks kind of guy.
I know. It's
I'll
like,
teach you the ways. It's fine.
Okay, thank you. All right, we're gonna have a little pep talk, a little secret meeting,
an Instagram pep talk.
Perfect.
All right, Ian. Well, thank you so much for being on the show.
Thank you. I really appreciate it. Yeah.
Bye.
Awesome. Peace.
Perfect. Oh my God, that was a good ass fucking story. Dude,
Thank you.
What?